are hard enough. The first one, we're going to learn how to construct a triangle if you know 3 sides of the triangle. I'm going to call that side, side, side. And that's a foreshadowing of things to come. Geometry is very different than your algebra. You use algebra as a tool to help you solve geometry problems. But if you notice, it's not at all like algebra, is it? Now, the second one, we're going to get a triangle if we have 2 angles and a side. That's the tough one. Angle, side, angle. Because you have to copy angles. And you have to flip your compass over. And you have to think of looking at your angle, not left to right like we've always done, right to left. You'll see when we do it. And that's one we didn't get to today. Construct a triangle given 2 sides and an angle. That's not too bad. So that's called, I call that side, angle, side. You'll see these. Eventually they're going to go, oh yeah. I wish we did the triangles first because then everything makes sense. And then we're going to construct a right triangle. Okay? And that'll be tricky by itself. So those are the 4 things we're going to do. We're not going to get it all done today. I'm pretty sure of that, looking at the clock. Tomorrow is a review of lessons 1 through 3. This finishes our constructions. So tomorrow you're going to have actually problems related to the constructions, but they're applied. So if you have your own compass, you can work on some of this at home. If you don't, I don't know how you're going to do homework. Come in and see me in the morning? I don't know. Friday we go on. So really, it's okay that we have a little leeway here. Okay, so let's look at this. My picture may look slightly different than yours because I had to move it because I couldn't get my compass on there. Okay, so we have 3 segments. I can try and put them in relatively the same place. So AB was here, BC's here, whoops, BC was up here. I had to make AC smaller, it wasn't going to work. Let's copy AC. Let's start. It doesn't matter. You can start with any one of the sides. I will start with AC. Now, when you do this, you might want to make a plan beforehand. And when you do this, you really have to label these points. Where is A down here? So I'm going to draw AC. I'm going to copy that. Here's my plan. And then I only have 2 places to put a compass point. That's it. So I'm going to measure BC, for instance. But where do I want to start to put BC in here? Or do you want to do AB? We do AB first. AB is this segment. So I'm going to measure AB with my compass and put a little arc. And maybe I'll make the whole circle if need be because I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know that. I know that any one of these lengths to that circle is equal to AB. But I want one in particular. And it has to match up with BC. And I think I've got there's a pasta you don't know about. But I have to be careful. Then I'm going to measure CB, and I'm going to put my compass point on C and measure its circle. And I'm not sure where it is because I'm off the paper there. But that's okay. Okay, that's the plan. And when I find where these intersect, then that will be the lengths of my sides of my triangles. So first I'm going to take one of these. I kind of like to do the longest one. In your case, the longest one is probably AC. So I'm going to do AC. Mine's a little bit different. And I'm just going to measure that. So I'm going to put my compass point at A or at C. It doesn't matter. I had to change mine because it was too big for my compass. And then I'm going to put a mark here. Don't you wish you had one of these? They are a little cumbersome, though, minus too. Now I'm going to come down here and measure that off. I have a dot, so guess what? I'm going to make that A, and I'm going to make this C. Draw one and put a dot. I don't know why I have one. Thank you for saying that. There's A, and there's C. You have to label it because everything has to be in the right position, especially when you're copying angles. You're going to take your angle, it might be like this, and then you're going to flip it over. That's what's going to happen. And that's what makes that hard. Now, do you want to do segment AB or segment BC? Your choice, doesn't matter. Let's do AB because we did that before. So I'm going to measure AB. I'm measuring it with my compass. And I would hope he's finding this kind of fun. No? I think these are fun. I'm moving mine because I can't fit it. So I'm going to slide this guy over here. There's AB. Oh, let's see. I can use blue because I haven't used blue yet. And so I'm going to mark it here, clear that I've marked it, and now I'm going to put it over here. Now, what goes here? The compass point, I want A to match up, right? So A is going to go here, and now I'm just going to draw my little circle. I have no idea where it's going to be, so I'm going to draw. How about if I draw a complete circle there? A little more than I need. So from A to B, B is any point on this circle. Well, now I have to have this other segment. Now what's interesting is if you know the measures of the three sides of your triangles, you will always get the same triangle. Always. You get a congruent triangle. So now I'm going to go measure BC. I'm going to move that down a little bit too, so my compass will fit. And let's see, I got to change color. Let's do green. So I'm going to pull this. I hope it works. A little more. Yeah, and I can maybe go too fast because mine's easier to use. Because I did the homework. So I know how hard it is to use the little compasses. And now I'll mark this. Now, where am I going to put the compass point over here? On C. It's the only place I got left. And guess what? My compass is backwards. So I have to flip it over. Well, I could go around the circle. I'm just going to flip it. And then I'm going to mark this guy. And there it is, where those curves intersect. Yes, it's not the length of AC, it's the length of, can't see it. Oh yeah, it's AC. Mm-hmm. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did I copy the wrong one? I wanted CB. Yeah. So this should be CB. I'll let me check, because I want it right, right? Okay, that's CB, right? Yeah, that's right. So this is C. What's this point? This point B. And now you have 3 dots, and we can connect the dots. I could have done the one underneath. If I had done the arc down here, I would still have the same triangle, but it would be flipped upside down. Big deal. Same thing. So if you want to try practice with your homework, you can, because that's your first homework question. If you need me to do this again, I'll do it again. Because I first got measured A and C. So now I have got 2 of the vertices of my triangle, but I don't know the angles. And then I found the length of AC. I made that, so I now have one side. And then I made a circle equal to the radius AB, making all these the same. So this line could have been anywhere. I mean, it could have went over here. I don't know. But I have an additional constraint, an additional condition. I know how long it is from B to C. So I have to start at B and measure B to C. In fact, let me, I'm going to do this. I am going to do it both ways because I can. So it doesn't matter. There it is. I'm going to go back to green, and I'm going to show you the entire circle, bigger than I need. Guess what? They're both the same. These triangles are the same. I'm going to draw that segment. Now, I don't have to use a ruler. I can kind of cheat a little bit. Are they the same? Yes. Yeah. But it doesn't matter where they are. If you know 3 sides of a triangle, you will always get the same picture every time. If I have side angle, 2 sides, and an angle not between the 2 sides, I have 2 possibilities, but we're not doing that. Thank goodness. That's hard. Yep, connect your. I always start with a ray, and I got to start with a point. I picked this point. Then I got that point. Now I got 2 points. Only place to put my compass point is at A and C. That's it. Okay. Are you ready? Now there's a video, so I will put this up today. You can go into Schoology and click on the YouTube video. Watch it right on your iPad, and you can do it with me again if you need to do that. Now, I am going to construct a triangle, and I'm going to have 2 sides and an angle. And the angle is going to be between the 2 sides, because if you think about it, if I have this side and this side, I want this angle in between them. Once I know how long that is and how long that is, then I can draw that line. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm first going to copy. I like to put the longest segment down here. Now, before I do that, I have to unlock this because I don't have enough room with my compass on my smartboard. And I think I'm going to be okay with that. Okay, so I'm going to move this guy so I can. Now, I could check it, just put it down here because I can do that. You can't, but. So I'm going to measure this segment, BC. Put your compass point at one point and put the other compass point at the other. I can barely make it. Oh, no, no, no. I know, this is. Oh, I have to rotate. See? Not quite. One more. That's a little better. It's going to be particular with me, isn't it? Okay. What orange? There you go. So I'm going to measure one of the sides on my ray. So you're going to have to draw a ray. You draw a line and put a point someplace. I don't care. Keeping the compass the same length, let's measure that. That's how you copy segments, right? Some of you may be saying, hey, I better take that quiz again. This is B, and this is C, right there. Oh, there we go. Finally got rid of that. Now, here, this is what makes this hard. I don't know where to put AB. AB could be anywhere. It could be this, it could be this, it could be this. What determines where it's going to be is this angle. So I have to copy that angle. Okay, copying angles is not always easy. So I'm going to move my compass up here and copy it. So I'm going to put my compass at B. And I don't care what opening you use. It makes no difference. If you have it too small, it's just too hard, like here, it's too hard to manipulate your compass. And I found that with little angles, I still had a hard time. So I'm going to come over here. I got to rotate this a little bit. Can I do it? No, I can't. Okay. And I'm going to draw an arc through here. So what I'm going to do is these lengths are the same. I'm going to measure that opening with my compass. So I'm going to come down here and draw the same arc. Now, I know it's acute, so I don't have to do the whole circle. And if it's not big enough, hey, there we go. If it's not big enough, I'll just make it bigger. Then I have to manipulate the compass more. And this is the part with copying the angle. It's hard. You're going to get a ray. I want to measure that opening. So I'm going to put my compass point, and it doesn't matter, on one of these points of intersection. I just want to measure that. That's all I want to do. You might have to rotate, flip. Okay, and now I want this. Okay. And I want to rotate this until I get this to the same length, which is not the same length. Oh, it's almost. That looks pretty good. Could I have put my compass point at this point and measure it that way? Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to have to do some flipping. Because where's the point? I have this point right here. And I've used B. C I haven't quite used yet. But I haven't used that point. So I'm going to use that one and put my compass point there, and then I'm going to flip it. Now, this is going to give me the angle. Copying angles is tricky. And the distance from here to here is the same as the distance from there to there. This distance is the same as that distance because I just measured it with my compass. Whoops. And now I'm going to draw the ray. I don't know how long this side of this triangle is going to be yet, but I'm going to draw a ray so that I can at least do it. And so I'm going to start here and go through that intersection point. Make it long enough so you can do that. And I can take any point and connect to C, but I want exactly AB to be that length. And I don't have point A on my graph, on my picture, do I? So I'm going to go over here and measure it. And I'm going to do mine upside down. I'll put the compass point at A or B. It doesn't really matter. And then drag that. And there's my measurement. And let's do green. And that length is what I want starting here at B. And I'm going to find letter A. Oh, I'm going to rotate that around. Now, the thing that's nice about mine is my compass set doesn't change. Okay, and now I want to get this length. I could either flip it if I want, which I probably I don't have to, and then rotate it, and that's going to give me the length. Turns out it's pretty close to the other arcs I have, but that's just by chance. That point there, that green one right here, that's letter A. Length A to B is the same as that. I chose it that way. I just took my compass up here and I measured A to B. Okay, so then I measure this. And then I pulled this down here and I put that on B. Whoops, I have to flip it though. I'll rotate it. Okay, so then I put it on B. And then now this length here that I'm just drawing is the length from A to B. Yeah. So now I know how far away from B I want to go on that ray. And then I can connect my dots. Whoops. Yeah, I want A to C. We weren't given A to C. All I can do is check, does that angle look right? In fact, you know what? I unlocked this. So I think my angle is going to work. Or did I unlock it? No, but I will. Look at that. Oh, I'm off a little bit, aren't I? Not bad. I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to do that. Copying an angle is not easy, I don't think. So to do the one where you're given two angles, I'll let you figure it out. See if you can figure it out because we won't have time to do it today. One more. Let's construct the perpendicular. So this one we're going to skip. I call this angle side angle. We'll start tomorrow's class with that. You might figure it out. Some of you are very good spatially and you see this right away. Others are like, what's going on? Come in. Don't put it off. Maybe I'll buy some candy. Yeah, lesson 3. But tomorrow's a review day. So you might be able to get everything all finished up in class tomorrow. That'd be lesson 3. Yeah, you can try it, but if you don't have a compass, you can't do it. Okay, I want a right triangle. Let's read it. And I only got about 5 minutes. Triangle ABC is a right triangle. Construct triangle ABC with the measure of angle C to be 90 degrees. And then using these lengths for the legs of the triangle. Okay, it's not time to pack up. 5 minutes. Take everything back out. Oh, we won't leave like we usually do early. Okay? So I need a 90-degree angle. The problem is all I know how to do is a perpendicular bisector, so I guess I'll have to do that. So find a point. Make this a ray. What vertex is that? A, B, or C? If C has to be my 90 degrees. I want my 90 degrees there. I'm going to take a line. I'm going to find a perpendicular. I'm going to measure this length and that length, and there's my triangle. And the 90 degrees is which angle? It's angle. No, look here. Measure of angle C is 90. You can't assume ABC, there's no order to that, unfortunately. So this is going to be C. Well, I can only think of one place to put my compass point, and guess where that is? You have a 100% chance of getting this right. There's only one point. It's got to be C. So what I have to do to get a perpendicular bisector is I actually have to construct a segment. So open to any size you want and make a mark here. Whoops. Make a mark here. And then I can just flip mine over, keeping the same compass setting, and make a mark here. Now, C is the midpoint. Those are equal. I'm not doing either one. I'm just constructing a perpendicular first. And all I know how to do is a perpendicular bisector. So it means I have to have a segment. So I call this M and H. Not part of the problem. Well, I have to use them. They're my helpers. Now, I want the perpendicular bisector of this segment. I can't keep my compass setting there because it's exactly halfway. So I have to open this up a little bit. Rotate that, and let's make it red. And now I'm going to do like we did before. I've got that one, and then I'm going to flip that over, and only other place I can put this is at M, and now I've got this one. A little extra on the markings, but that's okay sometimes. If I connect this dot with this dot, I have a perpendicular. You don't know the geometry as to why that is, but it is. I ask you to believe me. That's perpendicular. Well, it's a circle. There. Now it's easier. Now I have my right angle. I had to have some helpers. M and H had to help. Okay, now I want length AC. Oh, I have C. So should we put A over here? So I have to go and measure that. Yeah, this is going to go right to the end. Okay, there's C. I'm going to do mine backwards. That's okay. A, and let's make that orange again. Okay, there's my AC. So now I'm going to take this, rotate it around, whoops, maybe, and I'm going to get the length from A to C. What letter is this over here? A. Good. So now I've got this point. I might make dots here so I can see what I'm doing. And now I need B to C. So now I'm going to take this. I'm going to rotate mine upside down again because my smartboard won't work any other way. And I measure from C to B. And now, keeping the same compass setting, I'm going to put this on C. Then I could draw the whole circle if I want, but I only need this length right there. And so guess what? That's letter B. There's only one answer because you can only get the same triangle given this conditions every single time you do it. So we're going to go B to A, and I'm going to highlight my triangle so we can see it. BA, BC, and CV. AB is what I didn't know. Well, I don't know if it's easy. It's many steps. You have to construct that extra little segment, and now it's time to go. Please put, I measured A to C. So C to B was here, and then C to A was there, because they gave me that. Please put your compasses in the tray. I got to get them back to Mrs. Johnson.